he has to go out of town, so he could not talk about some aspect and the importance of the halal income in our life. So I have gathered some Quran ayat and Hadith Sharif so that I can share with you guys. Then after that, I'm gonna. So that's like why it is important based on the Islam, what the Islam says, what the Quran says, what the Hadith says. Then after that, I'm going to discuss about the how we can invest in the halal portfolio or the halal way, Sharia compliance way. Okay, is there something I made up or something that like any reputed organization or the mufti, some of the scholars they made up? So I'm going to discuss those things. At the end of the day, in the end of the presentation, we're gonna take the question and answer session if you have anything. And also, I'm gonna talk only a little bit, very briefly about the two important things. Recently came up with the one big beautiful bill. It's like we like the administration or not. It doesn't matter. If anything good opportunity which will help the Muslim community, we should grab those. Okay, that's why we are here in the US. Otherwise, we will not come here. We came here for opportunity. Anything like if it's important, why should give up to that? We can take those, save the money, or increase our wealth and give to our Muslim community or the people who in need around the world. Without further ado, I'm gonna start now. As I told, my name is Muhammad Younus. I'm the financial advisor. I work with the Merrill Lynch, but today I'm not here as a Merrill Lynch financial advisor. I'm here as a request of the community member and the Shukra Realty to discuss about the importance of the Islamic financing and the faith-based investment so that you guys can benefit you. And by the way, I'm the fiduciary. I'm a license in many different states, most of the large states. You have to have a license to discuss about anything. And many of my client and the community member called today from different states, from Florida, Virginia, Texas. They are joining on the YouTube also. I also like to thank them and Assalamu alaikum to them also. This is a disclosure we have to put because when we talk about the investment, we have to put this disclosure for 1 minute or something. That's a law for the SEC and FINRA. Any investment sold by Merrill is not, or any company with FDIC insured is not guaranteed by the bank. It may lose the value. So here is the important thing. If you see, there is like a one hadith from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrated this one. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, certainly a time will come when people will not bother to know from where they earn the money, by lawful means or unlawful means. These very, very important things. That's why today we see that we are mostly, focusing on our worldly goal, like a dunya. Yeah, it's not bad thing, but if we use the right way, the good thing. But this Prophet ﷺ said because you see many times even some people they don't know unintentionally doing that because we move here from different countries because of the limitation of the investment scope or by the force, like for example home insurance, car insurance we have to do by the force even though those are like a garage. So those kind of thing we do, but sometimes we don't. We are very ignorant. We don't emphasize to give our own time to make sure that our income, our hardworking money we are earning, we are putting on the investment that is not Sharia compliant, and you're jeopardizing your all of the total income just for a small amount of investment, and your hardworking income as a IT professional, as a physician, as a doctor, as a businessman. So we are mixing up both together. So I'm going to clarify how you can get out of those today, inshallah. So first of all, what is halal and what is haram? Everybody knows that. I don't have to explain. Whatever is permissible in Islam is allowed in Islam. That is halal. What is like a forbidden or not allowed in Islam? That is haram. That's a very simple answer. But this very simple word means a lot. So most of the time, we look halal when we only go to the restaurant. That's the majority of the we do. That's not the only halal thing. That's the only small portion of the halal items we have to look for. If I have an income which is not halal, or if my income is mix of halal and haram, even though if I look for like a halal food, that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, and I talk to many scholars. They said no. If you are doing something illegally, earning money illegally or from gambling, and if you're eating halal food, doesn't matter. You're doing the studying, the basic, the things came with the non-halal. That's why this is very important to know how we can do, why we are doing, and what to do to avoid those, uh, non-halal or haram investment. There are like some viewpoint or prospect of income in Islam. Okay, like we consider wealth as like a great blessings of Allah, which is known as a khair also. Why I'm telling that, if you see the five pillar of Islam, Shahada, Salah, Saum, Zakat, Hajj, out of these five, two of them directly related to the money. Well, one is the Hajj. You have to have money. You have to be capable to do that. Second is the Zakat. You have wealth. You have to pay the zakat. If you are crossing the nisab. But that's why wealth also important in the Islam. And Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, He said, prescribe for you when death approaches any one of you, if he lives well, is that he should make a bequest, like your waris, for the parents or near relatives, according to the what is acceptable, the duty upon the righteous. If you have if you leave your kids, your if your kids don't use those money in the right way, that's not going to benefit you in the life also. If you have if you have a kids, and if they are using your money the right way and doing some sadaqah or sadaqah jariyah or anything, they're going to help you even in dunya and in akhirah also. Also, there's many other aspects of from the Quran. We can say wealth and children are adornment of the worldly life, but the enduring good deeds are better to your Lord for reward and better for one's soul. So if we see all of the ayat from Quran, and also there is some hadith also from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which encouraging us, for the having wealth, but using it the right way. It's not bad thing to have the wealth. There are many other things, so that's not my subject today. There's some benefit. What is the benefit of doing halal income or haram halal earning rather than the haram? If you see, Allah will lighten our heart, believers who believe on halal earning, okay, who live on the halal earning. First of all, halal money earner receive the protection of God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if you eat is halal and pure, I'll protect you. Then there's also acceptance of our prayer and dua. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if one wants that her prayer to be accepted and fulfilled by Allah, she should make sure that their income is halal. Very, very important. So if we pray, our income is not halal intentionally, okay, I'm not talking about the uncertainty or necessity or unintentionally or by force we have to do something, may Allah forgive us, that's a different thing. I'm talking just about we are avoiding because we're not putting enough time on that. We can put 40 hours or 50 hours a week for our job, right? If I'm not giving 1 or 2 hours a week or a month just to make sure that whatever I have is going on the right way, that might jeopardize, our ibadah also, according to the hadith. Another benefit of having halal income, receiving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy and honor of the day of judgment. Okay? Another thing is staying our faith. Okay? Our halal money will make our faith stronger, that Allah is protecting us. Okay? Allah is sufficient for us. Now getting Allah's blessing. Then many other Quran from the Quran and Hadith, we can discuss about that if like an Islamic seminar. So this is also a seminar faith and thing. Since the Mufti is not here today, I'm talking a little bit about those things. This is the main thing when we talk about the halal and haram. This is the important. And sometimes I got many times call from my family, friends, or from the community members. They always ask me, okay, you said about this riba and all those things, but I did not know those. I did not come to this knowledge before. I did not join any seminar before, but I accidentally did involved in the riba, for example, mortgage or things, something like that. Okay. There is like a Quran ayat you can read. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allazina yakuluna riba la yaqumuna illa kama yaqumu allazi yatakhabbathu shaytan يتخبطه الشيطان من المس ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا فمن جاءه موعظة من ربه فانتهى فله ما سلف وأمره إلى الله ومن عاد فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. You already saw the meaning is there, but I put the green color on this one. The people who has questioned what happened if I did before. According to the Quran and some scholar, if you did before unintentionally, unknowingly, okay, whatever happened, okay, you can keep it. And Allah said, His affairs rest of Allah is upon Allah, means Allah will forgive. But after you get the warning, and if you went to the right path, and if you come back again to the wrong, or if you did not even listen to the right one, this is what the punishment Allah said. Whoever returns to dealing with interest or usury, those are the companions of the fire, and they will be here for entirely. That means Allah gave option, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, La taqnatu min rahmatillah. So you don't, be came out from Allah's hope. You can be always hopeful. Allah will, forgive everything, but you have to listen. If you cannot do the same thing again, and again, we have to ask for Allah. Some people say, okay, I did not do for this much or that much. I did not invest before. What is the thing? Now I'm already 40 years old, 50 years old. If you did not do something, don't be upset for that, because maybe Allah don't want, this is not the right time for you. I was listening to Juma Khutbah today. Mufti Umar said here that Hazrat Zakaria alayhi salam and Hazrat Ayyub alayhi salam, Zakaria alayhi salam praying for the child for a long time. He's a prophet, right? Allah could give him a child anytime, but he's more than 80 years old. Then Allah gave him a child at the right time for him. Allah knows the best. Same thing for Hazrat Ayyub alayhi salam. When he was suffering with the rare disease, then he's praying to Allah. And they say nothing that every mufti scholar is they are like ijma ulama, the prophet. All of the prophets, sallallahu salam, their dua is maqbul. Okay, why Allah did not give him shifa on the right way? Because Allah knows the best when it's the right time. Maybe you did not do the invest on the right time before. Maybe you did not know. Maybe Allah don't want you know for something. Whatever. Today, if you know something, today is the day you can think about all of the income, your retirement, all those things to go in the halal way. Yeah, if we don't have an option, that's a different case. Now we have an option, we have an opportunity, we should take that advantage. So what is halal investing? Halal investing, also known as Shariah-Compliant. There are many Islamic organizations. They regulate and they audit those Islamic finance. One of them is the Accounting and Auditing Organization for Institution of Islamic Finance. Another is like a Malaysian Sharia index. There is another index, S&P index, also Islamic Sharia index too. Everybody have their own criteria, own principle, and own guidelines. But I choose always the difficult, strict one. If I don't have that one, I choose the other one. It's rather than choosing nothing to at least the better one. If I don't find the best one, I'll choose the better one, the good one. If you have a two evil, you choose the less evil one. When you have a two good, better, best, I'll try to do the best or better one. If I don't have the good, better, best. Okay? If I don't have the best one, I'll choose the better one. I cannot give up like saying that, oh no, I see that all are like a stock market, all like a haram. They're doing the interesting. Because they know a lot that they think this is haram, then they should not go that one. No, if you know that, now if you go to a restaurant, one saying, okay, we only sell haram. Other one say, yeah, we sell halal. You are not confident. But they say, no, we sell halal. If they don't show you the certificate, anything, and if you have to eat, you choose the who said they are selling halal. Other one already telling you that, no, we are haram. They're declaring you. You should not go, no. This might be haram too. Let's go eat the other one. That's delicious. No. That's why it is very important not to do a research, search a lot, do the research. How the research come in the Islamic law, that's why if there is nothing that in the universe you don't find in the Quran. Everything is there, but our knowledge is so limited that we cannot find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the prophets. Our Prophet Muhammad give the explanation of the hadith. Then the hadith also, like, everything is there, but our knowledge is still so limited that we cannot get everything, all the hint from there. Then there is came what? Ijma ummah, or the Imam Mujtahidin, right? Then after they left, there's something new coming up. Okay, new technology, new thing. Then we have to go the qiyas. If nothing, we have to go one by one. Then we have to do ijtihad. There is a law from Islamic, based on the Islamic principle that you have to follow to get the right one. If anybody say, okay, I got the other one. Cryptocurrency is like, what is it? It's not in the Quran. No, that's not in the Quran. But what Quran says, you can find out from there. If you don't find, go to the hadith. If you don't find, go to the scholars who knows those tafsir for explanation. We have to go to the scholars. They are here to help us. Rather than doing nothing or ignoring that, just finding an excuse, finding something good, important. Now I'm going to tell you, this is what I was talking about, the AAOIFI. This is organization. They also they're based in Bahrain. If you see, they're like board of directors, and they are like a fatwa board. They're like a very renowned muftis from around the world, okay, including muftis of Usmani from Pakistan, some from Bahrain, from Makkah, Saudi. Most of the country, Islamic country, they follow the AOIFI. But if you say, no, I'm going to follow the Malaysia, I would say, okay, it's still better than doing haram, doing something good. Okay, just don't give up everything and going for totally haram because you don't agree with that. Okay. How Sharia screening happen? First of all, we have to see if you are going to invest in a company. People always tell me, oh, I don't want to buy stock. I want to buy a mutual fund or ETF because stock might not be halal, or maybe difficult, maybe risky. ETF is made out of the stock, okay? It's full of stock. They put one, they call it ETF. It's the same thing. But if you're thinking and if you invest, just thinking you're investing in a one stock, that's not right. That's not for you. Think that you are an investor, you are a business owner. The Quran said, Allahul baya wa harrama riba. Allah make the business permissible, right? You are doing business. If you have a stock of an apple, you are the share owner of that apple, and you can vote for that. Okay, you are the owner. Maybe not the $1 billion, maybe $1. You are the $1 worth of shareholder. That's your business. And when they do share the profit as a dividend, you have a one share, you get a 1 share worth of the dividend because you are the shareholder. If the stock goes down, your value goes down. Why? You are the shareholder. It doesn't mean that you're gonna stop like screening and go, oh no, it's like a risky, I'm gonna go again, put money in the banks, doing nothing, or put on a savings account getting riba. Even if you are very pious, not doing anything, just putting on regular checking without interest, it's still not a good idea because you're losing money every year. Now it's like inflation is going down, just at 2.5 to 3%. Every year you're losing for guaranteed the value of the money. If you have a 10,000 checking account, after 10 years, you might have the same $10,000 if you do nothing. But technically, your 10,000 valued 7,400. The things you can buy for 10,000 today, okay? If your money does not grow that time, you can buy only 7,400 worth of the merchandise. Technically, you're losing for guaranteed. Nobody promote that one. Central bank. That's why all the banks they said, oh no, you have to go through the inflation. Your CPA here, you see every year they increase the standard deduction, they add the inflation on that. So they know that your cost of living is going up. But we don't think like that way. Or if you say, no, I'm gonna do the like a Sharia screening, but I don't know how to do. What is the thing? How they screen that? First of all, what the Sharia board they does, they go to the see what industry that company is from. If that company is on the pot, alcohol industry, that's totally haram. There's no question about that. They do gambling, conventional bank, dealing with the interest. Okay, you cannot buy those stock. You can work for them. You can work for Walmart. It doesn't mean that they're selling alcohol that you are becoming haram. No, you're taking time for your money. But the same thing here, you can work for the bank, but you cannot deal, you cannot promote those things. Okay? That's the one reason I moved from bank. I used to be on the Bank of America, and I went listen to some seminar from Mufti. My thing was when we came from Islamic country. I moved from here from United Arab Emirates. I'm from Bangladesh. Okay, then in Dubai, I don't have to think what I'm eating. We all are halal. Now it's different. They have a haram section for non-Muslim for the people. Then I don't have to go. Then I came here. I was thinking like, okay, everything might be halal. I was only thinking about the food. Only food. I did not go anywhere. I don't eat. Like I have to see this is America. My mom said, "Oh, in America you might not get a halal food." So I did that. Like joining in the bank, working. Then I talked to a Muslim. They said, "Okay, you can work, but if you're selling to a Muslim brother, you have to be careful. You have to disclose that. Even though if you lose your job." I said, "Yeah, that's good." Then every time I have a client, I open account. Oh, this is a checking account. This pay interest. This is haram. I was working close to here, okay, and many brothers come. If you do saving, they pay you interest. It's nothing. If you have 100,000, you might get $10 a year, okay. So this is haram. That's how I did. Then finally, I said, okay, let's do something that our Muslim community that I don't see that lots of our community they like to go on the right side, but they don't see the opportunity or they don't have the knowledge from someone. Then I moved to the investment side. When I went to the investment side, oh, I'm doing all this stock or thing. Then I did the research, and since I went to a madrasa until it's called alim grade, so I can read, write Arabic, Farsi, Urdu, okay, and I can read Quran, Hadith, Alhamdulillah. Then I was did more research. I talked to the scholars also. I'm not that much knowledge that they have, but they spend a whole life for that. That's their profession. Then I see that on the traditional advising side, I'm making good money, Alhamdulillah. But I see I cannot select the individual portfolio that I can create for my Muslim community. I want to do this halal. I can screen. I can choose only that one. I can choose only this ETF. I can choose this mutual fund. Or I can build one for them. They said, no, you cannot do in the bank side. So bank, you have to do whatever we have a cookie color portfolio, you have to select automatically for them. I have to disclose to our Muslim brother, this is the best I can do. You do invest, I can do all equity, not a fixed income, but this all equity is not halal. Then I asked my executive, he came here in San Luis from New York. I said, okay, what is the option you have? You have wealth management. If you become wealth management advisor, then you have to do some pay cut. So that's like a commission based. I took $60,000 pay cut, huge, okay? But I'm thinking for short term, maybe I'm losing some money, but inshallah in long term, rizq on Allah. If I don't do that, maybe Allah give me something that I lose all of my salary. That's why came in my mind, my istikhara, right? Then I said, okay, let's move there, forget about that money. I'm leaving anyways. I know, even people, when I see that I don't have enough money, I look people who have less than me. If they are living well, why I'm not happy? I have to be shukr. We have to do shukr, Allah will increase your rizq. That thinking made me go to the wealth management side. Then after I went there, I had to wait 1 year. I'm telling this story because I'm telling everybody you have the life, and you have the opportunity to help the community member. Any small thing, you don't have to do a lot. You cannot. It's good for them. Then you have to wait 1 year to do the seminar. I moved there. I'm doing the Sharia portfolio for my Muslim community who is coming to me. Then after 1 year, I got permission for seminar because Merrill is a very large company. They have to follow many regulations that some other smaller firm, boutique firm don't have to do that. So SEC and FINRA not gonna go to them. It's like very small. For example, I can tell if they go to big bank, big institution, if they find one small fault, they don't charge like a $100,000-$200,000 fine, maybe 110 million fine. You see the news last 3 years, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, okay, these three banks paid more than 115 million each company as a fine just to their associate called the client or prospect who are on the do not call list. That's why sometimes client tell me, brother, can you give me a call? I said, I have to see. If you do not call list, you have to send a consent. I'll send you a thing. If you consent, then I can call. I have to also take care of my company too, right? I don't want to get fired. If I get fired, I cannot help you today here, right? So I have to keep my job. So that's why then now when I do the seminar, then that's why I started doing seminar myself in the restaurant, and also from the budget they asked me. I said, okay, I'm gonna give the options. I always request my Muslim community, go to a Muslim advisor. You don't have to come to me. Okay? My rizq on Allah. Okay, I don't have to rely on you. You don't have to rely on me. Okay? Whoever is the best, Okay, go to them, but find a Muslim advisor who's gonna do Sharia compliant investment for you. So that is your income, that is your life. I might make money for you without the non-Sharia way, but you will get in trouble. I'll get in trouble from Allah both because I'm hiding something. I'm doing something wrong. I did not stop you. I cannot stop you, but I can explain to you. It's up to you. It's your money. Allah said in Quran, "Aqimus salah." You establish the salah, not pray. He did not say pray salah. Establish the salah means you spread the word, bring your family, friend, everybody in the salah. Same thing for me too. Like I cannot be if I can do my own halal thing. No, that's not a good idea to do that. If I can bring at least one Muslim brother from non-halal to halal, if he doing sadaqah jariyah, my assumption Allah will give some reward from that to me. That's the important thing I need in the akhirah. I don't need money in akhirah. Whatever I'm doing, managing 50, 40, 30 million, it will do nothing for me. But if I'm doing right way, if those money working for good for the community, that's gonna help me. That's the important thing, not for me, for every of you. If you have a friend, they are asking you, okay, everything I don't know about the market, I don't know, I have my 401k, let it do them. No, if you switch your job, or if you are 50 plus, you have now you have the right to roll over. Now this is your responsibility to make it halal. Unless you choose the all equity, better option. You don't find the best in 401k because they want to give you many, you have to choose. Same thing on the 529 college savings account. All of these things, we screening, the industry screening, what after the just say they're selling only halal product, they're selling the water, banana, vegetables. Then we have to go to second one, that screening and investment screening. What is the DE ratio, like debt to equity ratio? If company has the like 100 million equity, 30 million is debt because they have to take for technical reason. According to Sharia board, they said this is Sharia compliance. If they have 31%, according to AOP, it's not, but according to other, which I'm gonna come, it's like they said, okay, up to 33%. Same thing on the investment side. If you have any cash balance in your company, how much money you're investing on the non-Sharia, like a bank side, like interest bearing, the non-halal. That also you have to screen. Even if you're selling the right product, it doesn't mean that is halal. We have to go to second one. Okay. After the second one goes, we have to go for third one. It's called non-halal income screening. Just say I'm a Walmart. I'm selling vegetable, bananas, clothing. I'm selling alcohol, egg, milk, pork. Then we have to see out of if they make like $1 billion sales a year, what percentage of the sales coming from non-halal? So if those come certain percentage, which I'm gonna come, which is 5% or more from non-halal items, that is not Sharia compliant. Even though their industries pass, that is pass, where is the income coming from? No. Then we're gonna come many questions coming from you guys. I know about the purification, which we're gonna come. Let's see the time wise. Oh, you're doing good. So first level of equity screening process. Okay, according to the industry screening, core business related. What is their business on? What kind of item products they are doing that one. So like there's some example you can see I already discussed before, like conventional financial institution, insurance companies. If they are doing like a non-takaful one, alcoholic beverage, gambling, pork, tobacco, doubtful, okay, which I'm going to comment in the next slide, and any activities deemed unlawful, okay. If you say in Quran, Allah only said about the hurrimat, Allah only forbidden the pork, blood, all the X, Y, Z. He did not tell about the. Okay, but we have to see if Sharia and the scholars they say this is deemed unlawful according to Islamic principle, we have to follow that. On the Sharia screening, first what they do, they take the financial information from the every quarter when you invest in the stock market on the public company. I'm talking about, not the private equity. There's many investment on the market. People only think about the stock. The private market, real estate market, alternative investment, hedge fund, many things. We have to go to their quarterly report, which is public. they have to put by law every 3 months their quarterly report on the company website for investor relation. So we have to go and extract their financial report. We have to screen them this quarter, how much money. I'm talking about the only companies who are doing the halal product. Non-halal, I'm not even talking about that now. Okay, haram is gone. Not about the bank. The halal company, if they have a mixed product like Amazon or Apple or Walmart, Target, how much revenue coming, you can see on the financial statement. After we screen that, then we undertake the Sharia comprehensive review process. They're gonna see what permissible activities there, how many days. Why that is important? I'm gonna come in the few slides back in the next that we have to purify. I'll explain to the details from there. Then after we get that, we have to compare the Sharia financial benchmark. Okay, this is their report. This is their total revenue. How much came from non-halal? How much debt they have this quarter? If one company is halal, doesn't mean that they are halal for whole life. No, they can go non-halal in next week or next month. So you have to screen time to time, okay, and make sure that this company is still under compliance of Islamic principle. Then you have to compare the result. Then you have to choose the securities. It's not an easy task, okay? It's very, very difficult and time consuming. That's why I tell people when I do like a portfolio for non-Muslim, I have a non-Muslim client too, right? Like if I do 20% time on that, I have to do 3 to 4 times more time on the Sharia compliant. Even I'm not charging a single penny extra for that. But that's not my goal. My goal is to make it halal because I might not be here the whole life, right? If I can help 1 or 10 or 15 clients, they can help their friend. They can go to any Muslim advisor and take the right advice. Then I'll be rewarded for that from Allah. Money I'll make anyways. I can make money here. If I don't go there, I can do like a lawn mowing job. Money you can make anyway, different way. You don't have to be money alone, your expertise. If a physician go for grocery job, he get a job, he can make money there. You don't have to be the physician, right? That's whatever Allah put on your rizq, you cannot exceed that. You will not get less, you will not get more. That's your budget. So these are a few things. What types of companies, okay, are halal? There's like some scholars. They say they only permit investing in the pure companies. Pure companies mean which are 100% halal. They have to be 100% revenue halal. They have to be the 100% equity, no debt. They have to have 100% like investment on the halal side. They also have to have like a 0 D ratio. That's based on the some Islamic Fiqh Academy and the Islamic Fiqh Council of Makkah, which is the affiliate of World Muslim League. They said no, if you want, you only have to invest on the pure. This one like a 3-4 years back. I think they changed it now. I don't know yet. But what the majority of the scholars say. The other, majority of the like very renowned scholars, they said investing in the mixed companies is allowed based on how many percentage, what is the weight on those like non-halal things. The reason, number one, necessity. Like for example, if you have a 401k, you don't have any choice. They're gonna give you menu, you have to choose from the menu. You cannot bring anything from outside. Now, since this is like you have no control, according to scholars, they said this is halal, but you try to do all equity, not the fixed income, like a bond or money market fund. The lower the exposure of the haram, it is okay until you have the control, not the for whole life. Once you have the control, how you get control of 401k? Can anybody tell me? How can you get the control of your 401k? When you can choose your own investment in 401k? Yeah, one of the things is after 50, if you're 50 years old or more, now the IRS rules that you can roll over that 401k to an IRA. You can do by your own investment, your own research, or you can do a financial advisor who doing halal. Second thing, well, many people don't realize that if you switch your job, no matter what age, If you switch the job, you have 5 options. You can leave it there, you can take it a lump sum with paying tax and penalty, or you can roll over to an IRA, or you can roll over to new employer, or you can roll over to an IRA or Roth IRA. In the Roth IRA, you have to pay, one-time tax and penalty if you're less than 59 years old, 1.5. So that's how, if you switch your job, this is your now responsibility to make it halal. Now you cannot say, now it's 401k money, I'm not touching it, I don't have control. No, you have control. Only for that portion of money. For new company, 401k you don't have. That's why it is very important when you switch the job, make sure that you talk to a financial advisor or the scholars that what is the best option for you. Then this is like a fatwa. Okay, if you see, if anybody here from who read Arabic, okay, we know Quran. Like there's no zabars there. Okay, but وقاعدة الاختلاط القليل. Okay, اختلاط القليل المحرم بالكثير المباح لا يجعل الجميع محرما. Like if you have like the element, the minor element will not forbidden the majority. Like if you have any investment, the majority, okay, small of the non, halal will not forbidden the whole thing. Yeah, for non-halal one is non-halal, but you have to purify those, which is gonna come there. Then this is what I was just talking about, the 401k. What you cannot control is forbidden, pardoned, or forgiven. Okay, this is a qaida. Okay, ma la yumkinu takharuj minhu fahuwa afu. Okay, that will be forbidden. That's the 401k until you have the control. Some people say, no, what if I don't do 401k? I will not do that. They're very pious. Okay, very good. But you make 100,000. You can do 22,500 on the 401k, which will be deduct from the taxes. You don't do, you are paying, if you are 20% tax bracket on 100,000, you paying 20,000 tax to the government, not to the masjid, not to the charity or something, right? You do 401k, that's your AGI is totally like now 100 minus 20, just 20,000 you did for 401k, 80,000 now. You saving almost like 20, if you're on 20% tax bracket, almost like $16,000 tax. Am I right? Calculation. So who you are paying? Rather save those money now. When you have the control, roll over to an IRA and purify the money you got from the bond or interest on the 401k. It's good to do that, but it's forbidden already. But if you want to satisfy peace of mind, you say purify. I have a very nice, I made my own calculator for one of my clients and he liked that and he gave to many others, they also like that. So that's, I can purify your 401k for complimentary. If you don't have to be my client already. How much you're gonna purify, that too for peace of mind. Okay, I have the 401k for 10 years. Every year, this is my money, this is company's money. This is the, if you know the number. If you don't know, scholars say put 10% of the 401k, the donation to the charity. These are the kind of ways. Okay, you have to give up anyways. You might do, I'm going to at the end, I'll do a calculation, real calculation, how much money you might have if you have like a retirement account or any investment account. Then if you don't have, what will you have now? Even after purification, you keep a lot of money. You can do sadaqah, you can help needy people, you can pay more zakat, you can build a masjid, madrasa, whatever you want. Nothing wrong to do the 401k, even though you cannot choose the exact halal portfolio. Try to do the best. Okay, so there's another thing. The things I was talking about, like all the good company, but they have a mixed up or thing. If you talk about the riba, which is totally haram, okay. So there's like something you have to think about, like when you do the haram on your portfolio, because scholars and the Shariah-Compliant say you can give up to 5% of the revenue just to invest, not to eat those profit. You have to purify those income from 5%. Just you invested $1,000. Out of 1,090, you got $100 profit. 95 came from halal, $5 came from non-halal. donate those non-halal. That's called purification. You have to be. That's not a zakat. You cannot take the profit and loss statement on thing. You cannot count as a like a this is like a my zakat or thing. No, just donate it for good cause. You will not get those money anyways if you will not invest it. Now at least you got $95. $5 you're donating. And they pay zakat from those 95, not that $5. Don't count those, please. Okay. And also, you have a right, if you have a chance to vote for the company, you can raise your voice. Oh, we don't like alcohol. We don't like alcohol. That's your job. You don't have the control over the institution. This is the cleansing process. Okay. Mixture will have to be cleansed, means the purified, which I just talked about that. The purification means that non-halal income will have to be donated to charity and cannot be included in the investor's profit and loss account. You cannot take another advantage because you donated those money. Just give it. So those are like a came from non-haram anyways. What do you do if you get like an interest income? What do? You just donate those, right? Because my mom used to tell me, even don't donate in the masjid. Make a toilet or the sewerage line for the poor people to their house. It was so strict that time. So yeah, you can do that too. That is helping someone. It's benefiting someone. It's a good cause too. Reward is on Allah. Don't expect any reward for donating those haram income. You have another 95% that you can donate charity and you can give barakah. Allah want to give, Allah will give anyways. If he's nothing, he has no shortage, right? So for 5%, no worry. If Allah want to give, he will give. But don't even expect anything. That's how the cleansing process works for purification. So debt to equity ratio, what is the percentage? So I talk about that 5% income. Okay, if non-halal income should not exceed 5% of total income. This is for Sharia compliance investment. Not that you can eat all the income. 5% is max. Does all the company have 5%? All the ETF? No, some has 2%, some have 3%. Maximum 5%. Why? Because in the world we have now, we have to have anything. Even if you go to Muslim country, I was just giving you example like when I was in the UAE, like it's one supermarket called Choitaram. Okay, that was famous that time. Now the Lulu, all those things, carry for very famous now. Even don't have to worry when you go to those shop, all are halal. Pork is not allowed. Non-halal chicken is not allowed. No alcohol is allowed. Now they have a separate section for non-Muslim, non-halal chicken. They have a pork, they have alcohol. Okay? So that's very important thing to know. Then somebody asked me, oh, then one of my friends told me, why you are going to USA? You should be here in Muslim country. If I'm here in the Muslim country, who gonna do dawah in the non-Muslim country? From here, you? No, you don't need to make Muslim. You can teach them more. You don't have to. That's not. I think maybe Allah want me to go there. I'll go. I told them if I go, I'm gonna make at least one Muslim in my whole life. Alhamdulillah, when I came, I was going to again to Dubai back. Meet that friend. I'm from Bangladesh. He's from Pakistan. Very nice friend. Very nice. My classmate. I met him. I said, hey, can you give me dua? I said, I have a friend, he needed dua. What happened? So I'm coming to Uber, a guy, it's a young guy, college guy. He was talking like, oh, we waited for long and he said, came a little late. We are nice to him. He said, why you did not complain? I said, why complain? I'm late. I said, that's fine. Fine. I said, you're going to miss flight if you leave another 10 minutes. I said, no. My luck, my faith, I'll wait for that. Then he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to learn about the Islam. I gave him some time. I said, okay, this is the what you can do. After a week or something, I brought here with brother Aftab, and he took Shahada. You don't know why you came here. Some people say, no, I'm not going to invest because it's a haram. Why you came to this country then? Right? Allah wants you to come do something good. Right? Now, there's like in America, like more than 4.7 million Muslims. According to the data like 2 years ago. But USA is the least adoptive on the Islamic finance. UK is the number one. The reason all the immigrant, all the experts here there, they started that, and they are giving emphasizing that government have to take that very seriously. But they'll see that they are losing money. In America, inshallah, it will be coming soon. It will be coming soon. So don't give up because that is a halal or haram confusion. Go to scholars. Get ready. There's lots of YouTube videos from the different scholars from Canada, from UK. There is scholars with the reference why this is halal, why not. Please listen to them. Okay? So if you have a company, if they have like a 33% debt, 67% own money from the public, like equity, that is halal according to S&P and Dow Jones Sharia Index. But AOV said no, it has to be 30% maximum. Not big different, but when I have an option, if I don't have an AOV standard any ETF, I definitely would choose this one too. Okay, the Amana fund follow that one. Okay, this one followed by the many companies, but I follow individually this one. This is a little bit tough for me. It's more screening, but which is good. I have the options. Okay, then if we go for Malaysia index, it's more. Okay, which I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, you see 5% for you can have non-halal income to make Sharia compliance. Malaysia index said no, you can go up to based on the situation 20%. It's a lot. I don't go there. I stick with this one. I'm making money for you guys anyways, right? Why should I take the responsibility of saying that if I have the best one? Yeah, if you say no, do that one, I have to do, that's my job. Okay, I have to follow the company policy. If your client say no, do this one, I'll do. I'll tell you, I'm not responsible for that. And who is responsible for this one? Not me. All the mufti who give the fatwa, right? Okay, no, I'm kidding. So we have to do our best to make the halal as possible. The investment ratio, if you are investing your money, your cash balance or your securities, not only if you have a halal income, you have a debt to equity ratio is 30% or less, everything. But if you're investing more than 30% of your money on non-halal vehicle, okay, still then all of the four things you did the injustice screening, then the what is called your debt to equity ratio, investment, all is gone. Now, that's why all out of five, all five have to be green ones. That's how this is very strict screening process. If you say out of five, it's four. It's not a 2-to-1 board, that maximum, no. Out of five has to be green. According to Dow Jones and FTSE 500 Sharia Index, he said no, you can do up to 45% on the investment non-Sharia way. But now it's 30% max. Still, again, you have to purify. So this is the same thing. This is a summarization of what I discussed about that. If you see pork, like alcohol, gambling, interest-based, adult, I put this one arm and defense. I put the highlighted that one. There's a debate on that. If anybody making like a Boeing, making plane and thing, right? If they would make it for the good cost, okay? Because everybody buying Boeing, like Saudi invest $100 billion on their defense. Why? That to protect the Muslim, right? To protect the Makkah, Medina. If you think like that way, you can invest. But if you think no, they are killing the Muslim. They are attacking the Muslim countries. They are killing people in Gaza, right? That way, not halal. That's why if you're like a Muslim company, Islamic company, they are not doing anything wrong. They are making for defense, not for offense. Okay, that's might be halal if they pass all the regulations. But for your kind information, Boeing is not halal because most of them, their debt to equity ratio did not pass because they have lots of bond. They have more than 30%, way more than 40%. They're dealing with the interest. Okay, that's why not halal, not for the product. I'm not going to that. That's a debate. Since that is fail, I even don't have to look what they sell. Well, anyways, I'm not going that. I'm not wasting my time. And tobacco, also like a confusion. Some scholars say because it's harming yourself, you're killing yourself, it's a haram. Does everybody die with the tobacco? No. Some say no, this is mubah. Warming, no. Sawab, no. Guna. So that's like I'm not gonna go on that. So depending on your situation, if you are sick and if you're taking tobacco, killing yourself, then you have to go to talk to scholars. Okay, take the counseling on that. Why is that mobile or not? Okay. And non-halal income again 5%. This is summarized, so you can see your cash and interest bearing securities to trailing 12 months. This is a calculation. We have to go for a total market cap. So trailing 12 months, we have to divide it by the how much cash and interest you are involved within. The average is 3% or less is halal. With leverage means again the loan. If you have like a 30% or more loan average, calculate the based on market cap. So less than 30 or less is Sharia compliant. If more than that, not compliant, you're going to AOP. Okay, so why riba is haram? Okay, because Allah said, Ya Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu la ta'kulu riba ad'afan mudha'afa. Okay, so who you believe, okay, don't eat the riba double, redouble, okay, with a compounding. We call compounding interest, not the compounding growth. Two separate things. Compounding growth and compounding interest. Remember that. That's very important thing. Wattaqullah la'allakum tuflihun. And fear of Allah if you're like, then you'll be successful. So this is the reason we have to avoid the riba at all. We can, but for some reason, when you came to here, many of us, unintentionally or by necessity, they fall into mortgage or something. That's why Mufti Asif always pray dua that Allah get rid of those things as soon as possible, and we have to try our best. If you have a 30-year mortgage, if you're making more money, make it 15, make it 12, get rid of those as soon as possible. Okay, that's why on the previous one of the Quran verse I read that Illama Kasalavat Tafsir came that whatever happened before, after warning, if you're trying to get rid of those, Allah, that's upon Allah. Allah did not directly say, I'll forgive those taken. Allah said, it's upon us, it's okay. So go to the right from now, slowly. If you cannot do, go slowly, gradually. Sometimes we force people, okay, oh no, today you have to do that. Then he gets so pressurized and he's like, there's too much thing, forget about that. Go to his doing what he's doing. You cannot force people. You have to do that. That's where the counseling comes. There are like a few very important thing. If I say, oh, it's a brother, he work in the bank, why he's talking about riba? I'm not worried. I'm in the bank, but as long as I'm giving you the right information, I'm not dealing with the riba. I'm not telling my brother, okay, come here or buy this one. The interest, it's okay. Really haram for me, for them both. If I work here, this is haram. My 90% of the client that time I was in the bank is like a non-Muslim anyways. Okay. Case yourself, like you work in the Walgreens, for example, or the Walmart, when you come to being like a pot, you are in the cashier, you have to ring it, right? You cannot throw that away. That's your job. You're not selling it. They're buying it, you're just ringing it, right? You tell them if any Muslim is buying that one, it's your responsibility as a Muslim to tell them, oh, this is a non-halal, it's a haram. Do you know that? He might say, oh no, I didn't know, I didn't read that. Or he might say, okay, I'm buying, it's my own. Not your fault. There's some important, hadith. Hadrat Abu Hurairah said to Prophet Muhammad said, on the night of Mi'raj, we call it Ascension, I came upon people whose stomachs are like house with snakes visible from the outside. I asked Jibril alayhi salam, Prophet asked Jibril alayhi salam, who they are. He replied that they are people who had received interest. It's from Ibn Mazah, Musnad Ahmad, and Baba Tagriji, or Fatah Riba, or many hadiths and the Islamic scholars book narrated this one. Another important thing from Abu Hurairah, Prophet Muhammad said, Allah would be justified in not allowing 4 persons to enter to paradise or Jannah or to taste his blessing. Who, number one, who drinks habitually alcohol continuously and intentionally. He who takes riba, okay, who seizes the orphan's property, take the land, and things happen mostly in our culture, right? They take there's no one, no family, their parents died, they try to take the orphan's property. They are not going to Jannah, Allah gonna stop them. Who is undutiful to his parents? Very, very important thing. I see many child here, okay, they're young, I don't know, I'm not gonna talk about that. But if you have a child, you have to teach them too, right? But that's like what Allah said, we have to pray for them and we have to be obey, we have to obey them and they are, we have to make them happy. What is our deed? The reason, not only that Allah said it's a reason, not only that they gave you birth, they gave you birth, they gave you food. Even not even before we born, our parent, our mom, parents, they give lots of sacrifice. Their time, their food, their health, their hobbies, many things. During the birth, all the pain, everybody has the mom, so I can with that pain, what is like if I sometimes I imagine, okay, if I have a baby, how the my wife is feeling. If I have now, I will not take baby. Honestly, I feel like that. Right? Allah did not give me that strength. So Allah gave those strength to the women, and they can handle those. Allah. That's why it's very, very important to obey to the parents. Okay. Another thing, that's for the religious thing. For financially, why? You know how much does it cost to raise a child from born up to age 17? Average amount, including their time, the time they put for the daycare time. If they put on daycare, lots of money, right? In daycare, their food, diapers, all those things. Can anybody guess? Very close. And that does not include what? No, college. 310,000 according to 2022, and add the inflation now, okay? That much money they need, and that does not include any college. How much the college cost? In 2022, in a state public college, annual is 103,000. If you add the inflation, it's 5 to 7% every year for education. It's not like 2.5 for regular inflation. In 2040, it will be 248. Private college, 2022, it was 228, 135. 2040, good luck. 500,000 only for college. This is not whole college though. This is the per year. But are you making those money now? Are you trying to save those money? How you can do? You have to go for different vehicle. 529 savings on your IRA, Roth, 401k. As much as money you can save, take advantage from the law, not illegally. Legally, 401k is the advantage, taking advantage by law, right? Legally, you're doing that. All those things you have to take advantage to this month so that your child don't have to go for the student loan and for pay interest. They don't have to buy house with the non-Islamic finance to build up credit. These kind of thing, what we did not have the opportunity, we can give to our child. That is the very, very important for this seminar, just to give the educational thing. Then, this is like sometime I tell people, oh, how much is money for 1K? 20,000? I'm a doctor, I'm making 500,000 or 1 million or 200,000, whatever you make, okay? Small amount, 22,000, nothing. Something very, how much? 22,000. The 3 co-worker, okay? Allison, David, Rhonda, okay? They started, all of them, this one started 25. Age 25, they started a new job, okay? They started 401k savings. Up to 49, you can do 22,500 according to tax law 2024, 2025, okay? After that, if you more than 50, you can do 1,000 more, it's a catch up, okay? Then, same time, you have extra money. You have a good income. If you have money, you're gonna do your IRA or Roth IRA, either one or both together. Maximum is 6,500 up to 49. After that, 1,000 more. Guess what happened? They did up to age 65 only. One started early. This is Allison's total money. How much he contributed here? 1.3 million. When he retired, 5.2 million. Just you did not invest those money. You keep in a bank. Assuming there's no inflation. Inflation, there's no reason, no way. Even if nothing happened, you're losing close to $4 million. Just say somebody says, no, I'm 25. No, I did not get a job. I got a job at 35. Or I did not start, I'm going to start at 35. What happened, David? He did 1 million. Because he did, after 10 years on the David, 2.8 million, almost double, or triple, close to. Somebody said, no, I'm old. I'm 45. I'm not going to do this. Still, if you do regular contribution to your 401k and your IRA, decide, I'm not talking about your regular investment, just this one, the money is almost like double here. The earlier is better, it's fourfold, right? What is the rate of return? You know how much return they got? Maybe 50% a year? It's like a 1 million, 5 million, it's lots of money. No. We calculate only 6%. You get 6% return average, but sometimes you will get down. That's why it is halal. You're taking the risk, profit and loss both. That's why investing is halal. So if you sometimes goes up, goes down. Some year goes down 20%, some year 10%. If COVID time went down 28% up to. After that went up again 30%. In 2022, Russia, Ukraine war went down again 20%. But after that is coming up. On average, if you see last 25 years, average aggressive portfolio, mean the all equity portfolio, give you more than 12%. When I talk to client, I don't tell 12. Very, very important. I tell them 8%. I tell them low. It doesn't mean it's your money. If you get it, you get it. If I tell them 12, if they get 11, they're going to catch me. Hey, you told me 12, I got 11. They will not think that they are getting zero before. I tell less, even if you get 6% return, this is what happened. So that's the today's presentation. I have some time for question and answer. Before I do that, I need a one volunteer from yes, two sister. Thank you for coming today. Okay, inshallah. Anybody can volunteer for me? Who like to volunteer? I'm gonna do a real calculation based on what you want. You tell me the number. I will not do anything. Sometimes people say, oh, this map, this is just a graph. They made it long time ago. No, I'm gonna do a real time example. This is a live website, okay? This is called financial calculator. You can Google, search, do by yourself. Any volunteer? Gonna give me the number? Yeah, here, you're gonna go. So you are going for financial advising, right? So another important thing, I like to thank you for that. Take that courage. I was keep looking for the member from community to join the we need more financial advisors. We don't have enough. But if I get 100, 200 clients, I cannot help more than that by myself because then I am jeopardizing my clients. So we need more advisor. The more advisor we will have more voice on the big company so that they can establish the Sharia board separate department. In the Merrill Lynch, after 100, they're 100, more than 100 years old company. They bought by Bank of America in 2008 by the bailout by Obama, President Obama at that time. So I asked them why there is no halal portfolio. Then after I requested, after 2 years, they added Amana. Only small. They have only 3 funds. They approved 2, now they approve 1, 3. Okay, I use a small amount for my client because they don't follow AOP, but it's still better than nothing. When I check our system in the Merrill, I can check how many names as a Muhammad Abdullah. I put a just name a lot. I asked them why nobody is doing that. I talked to a couple of senior advisors, very respectful, very nice. They said, brother, this is the extra 3 times more job. You don't get paid for. They're not gonna pay you. Even when the committee comes, they talk about, oh, you fee this. They're gonna fee outside. They're not gonna pay you. I said, I'm not talking about the fee. Why you guys did not take this? So you tell see what they're gonna. And I email immediately. We have like a very nice form. We can send to the email directly to the CEOs, Brian Monahan, and his chief investment officer. I sent them 3 email. On 3rd email, there I got on the website, not to me, public. Okay, you ask, we listen. Then we have anything, check everything. I check that next day, Amana is there. At least better than nothing. Now everybody is using this for Muslim community. What they did before, they didn't use those. So that's why we need more advisor, more voice, mainly the young generations. Okay, so Yahya, I think he's going to banking now. Inshallah, he'll be financial advisor soon. And if you need any help, I'll be here. We need more people from community. But we have to, in the UK, I told you, in UK, it's like you are in the UAE or in Saudi for investment perspective, because that's how the halal investment is that much famous and popular. Government have the separate regulation for that. If you see the YouTube for Mufti Faraz and Ibrahim Khan from IFG, finance guru, you listen to their videos. Okay, I saved the videos. I lost it. I could run here today. He said that why you should invest, not put money in the bank for inflation one. He said very nicely than me. I'm not that expert. Okay, that's his approach. He's from he's an Oxford graduate. Okay, then also he talked about the why you should do the IRA and the 401k. Take advantage of those. If you don't take, I give you some example. You're paying money to government, more taxes. Yeah, if you keep those money, that makes sense. Okay, you keep those, don't do anything. You use those money. You are not doing for it. Here, here, just say you want to start investing. How much you want to invest? 20,000, okay. How old are you now? 24. Oh, very good. So you're close to the Allison here example here. So what year are you gonna retire? What age? 60? Okay, first of all, okay, that's another seminar. Put it at 60. Your FRA is 67. According to now, you're going up. If you born after 1960, your FRA full retirement age is 63. Otherwise, you're gonna miss social security benefit. Another seminar, that's my whole topic, huge topic, okay? So don't retire at 67. You can, if you have enough money, at 62, but don't take social security that time. Do some part-time job, thing, hobby job or something. Have prayer madrasa. Take a small amount, donate those money, but put on the payroll. So there are lots of things. We're gonna calculate that later on. It's like a huge topic, and it will be at least 2-hour presentation. We did one last year here. Okay. What rate you expecting? What?
As far as full retirement,
Yeah.
is 5 to 6.
67. If you were born after 1960, yeah, 60. Yeah, FRA. If you wait until 70 years old, you get 80 years more money for whole life. If you wait up to 68, you get 8% extra money. Okay, if you wait until 69, you get 16%. If you wait until 70, you get 24. After that, you don't get anything. So at 70 is best if you think you're healthy. If you take at 62, okay, if your FRA is 67, you get 3% less money for each year for whole life. Once you trigger that, you cannot go back. You have only 1 year. You have to give all the money back to IRS within a year to reverse that. Otherwise, you cannot. So, okay. So, return rate, what rate will you be happy? Growth, not interest, growth rate, the return. 10%? Wow. Is that possible? Yes. Should I tell people? No. Okay, so you are 24, just you're gonna retire at 64, you're gonna stop job, okay? So you have no money that time, just 64. So 40 years, right? Do you wanna add any more money every year?
Yearly basis.
Yearly, how much you wanna do? Monthly, yearly, you can do both. You can tell me both. I can change it here. 7,500. Okay.
Not a 401k.
Now this is for anything. This one I'm talking.
401k.
Same thing. If you say, okay, I have a 401k, I'll tell you the example too. Okay, yeah, I can put the number. I just have to, this is for 401k, this is for thing. This is for any kind of investment. 401k, IRA. So I'm gonna starting my 401k. I have 30,000 now. I'm gonna only contribute 7,500, not 22,000. Maximum is 22,500 until 50. After that, another 6,500 catch up. That's a 7,000 annually. Okay. I want to put a year. Okay. How much do you think you should have? How much would you be having?
Balance?
1.5? You'll be happy?
Yeah.
Sure? Okay, rest of them I will take it, okay? How much? Yeah. How much is your money? How much you started with?
30,000.
30,000, right?
Yeah.
This is the math. This is not my thing. This is the calculator. If any complaint, if you don't agree, call the company. They're gonna explain. How much you contributed in 40 years? 70,500 every year, 300, right? You did 30. 300, 30,000 is your money. How much you ended up? This is a real math, real life example. Okay, just say no, you are too greedy, right? I say 8% to people, right? If you make your money 7.5% every 10 years, your money double. If you get 10.5% every 7.5%, your money double. Okay? If you don't take the dividend out. So that's the exception, okay? Just 8%. You told me that you're gonna pay me 3 million, you're gonna give me 3 million rest of money, right? You still, even if you make 8% return, 2.5, then 2.6 million. That's from annual 7,500, less than close to 600 something a month. Many of us here can do that for if you have a good job, good salary. If you don't have, no worry. Do monthly, do a small amount. When you go think, I told you this is just for your Roth IRS, for example. Just say your 401k. What's your name, brother? Yeah, after. Okay. So thank you for it. Just a 401k. I'm not going to ask you how much you have 401k, okay? I just put a hypothetical number. Very simple, it's easier to calculate for me. Just say you have 100,000 now. Okay? I'm assuming you are, I'm not giving real age, my age, okay? Just say you are 40 years old now. You have only 25 years left to retire. Not too many, right? 25. Is it fair? 8% return. How much you gonna contribute? You can say, no, I'm gonna max up now. I did not do before investment. Now 40 years old. I have to worry about my retirement, my family. I'm gonna max up. Okay, that's a 22,500. You can do up to 30,000 after 50 years old. Just say no. I'm worst case scenario. If you do the max up that one, that's annual. Okay, starting with 100K, you contribute another 562,000 annually until you retire at 65. Okay, this is the money you will have. 1.66 is they call interest. I say growth. So they're calculating. Nobody gonna give you 8% interest. Forget about that. If they give you, then your housing mortgage or everything gonna go up. This is the amount. Any young boys here, less than 18 years old or more, 18, 16, who is working part-time job? Okay, I'll choose them. Young guy. I see all the due respect, all the senior citizen, all the young youth, Mansur Bhai. You didn't learn for last. How old are you now? 55. If
18 and
you are 50, I'm only 40, right? You are my senior. I cannot teach you anything, right? If you did not learn for last 55 years, how can I teach you in 1 hour? Just kidding now. Thank you. So, young guy. Okay, this one. Yeah. What's your name? Omar. Omar, do you do part-time job now? Or you gonna start your job in soon? Part-time? Okay, when do you gonna start job? What age? 25, okay. 25, how much brother you gonna give to him, brother Nafis? How much you gonna give him just to start investment?
10,000.
10,000. Parent gonna help. See, this is important. Don't put money in the bank, give your child, but you have the control of the account, okay? Until they are responsible. They're gonna give you 10,000. You are 25 on that time. Just say you're only for Roth, you're contributing to the Roth up to age 65, 40 years. 8% return, not more than that. You can do 7,500 according to 2025. Next year might go up. The Trump is getting very generous for taxes, okay? Only for this, I'm not talking about your investment, not for your income, not for your 401k is the highest contribution. We do, everyone does that. I'm just talking your Roth IRA, a small amount, 2.1 million. Okay? If I have 2.1 million today, right? Would I be happy? I'm happy anyways, right? See the money, but if we know this, it's very important for the young generations. Rather than you put, when you get the birthday gift, don't go buy like a video game, right? Money here. You can buy the video game company. Right? If I'm looking, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna at the end of the week, I'm gonna go to the restaurant. Then on the IFG, Islamic Finance Group, Ibrahim Khan from England, he gave very good example. If you one coffee cost 1 million, if you save one coffee amount of money and 1,000 every year for next 40 years, you'll have $1 million just from coffee. You don't have to buy coffee anymore. You're gonna buy the coffee shop. Everything like that. That's called business people think like that. This is just for this one. Now you might say, oh, the inflation after 40 years, how much? I'm happy with my growth. I'm not putting all my 300,000 today. I'm putting in 40 years too. Still better than nothing. If you don't do anything, how much you will have? So you just saving in the bank account 310,000. I think 2.1 million is more than 310, right? I'm happy. Okay, now I'm gonna go for the two important thing I promised on they put on the beneficial group from the one very big beautiful bill. Okay, if anybody need the information, you can call me or text me. If you don't have my information, you can collect that. I'm gonna talk very important thing. Everybody know 529 college account, right? In the very big beautiful bill, there's a law change. They give more advantage, more flexibility on that one from 2025. Okay, on the 529 college education account, now you can use up to 10,000 for private school and religious school, right? From that money, you don't have to use for college, but it will be 20,000. Not only that, they are adding SAT. You can use for the SAT, SAT, ACAT exam, behavioral science. If you're going for any counseling for a student, you can use those money also, tax-free money, okay, for growth on the 529 on those things. There's many other restrictions, many other like flexibility they added now. If you have a CPA, please talk to them. I'm not a CPA, I cannot discuss everything. But that's very another thing. And one very important thing, I know I talk about the interest, not go further. If you have an Islamic finance for the car loan or something, or if by somehow or by any means unintentionally or by necessity, if you're doing a finance on the car, if you're paying the loan from 2026, if you did before, that's not qualified, okay? If you're buying in 2025, I don't encourage, but if you do, just keep in mind, talk to your CPA, you can take your interest on car loan on the deduction, not on the standard deduction. You can direct deduct from income. So that's like a very beneficial. You don't have to go for external itemization. You don't have to itemize those. These two things very important, and many other things happen here. If any businessman here, business. Okay. If you have like a business you're selling in future, if you have a large capital gain, there's a few things called qualified opportunity zone fund. You can invest there. They upgraded that up to 2030 for next 5 years. If you invest those profit there, you don't pay tax. What if you keep those money for 10 years? Whatever you make on those money, you pay no taxes.
Use stock also?
What capital gain? There is a capital gain also new advantage came. Good question, which I thought I'm not going to discuss. Take a long time. There's a zero tax bracket on capital gain if your income is certain level. Okay. That's also CPA question. That also keep in mind if you have the capital gain, large capital gain, okay, either do tax loss harvesting, start from now, or talk to your CPA how much money you're gonna take in your retirement if you're planning to sell those stock that time. What income bracket should avoid those tax? That's called long-term capital gain, zero capital gain tax bracket. That's also added now. So many things. I know it's like it's close to 1,000 pages on the one big beautiful bill. I summarize a little bit here. That option is also there. Few things remember, 529, and then also qualified small business stock. It's also tax advantage. If you have like a large business something, we cannot discuss that next. It's like a couple hour discussion. I think it's a Maghrib time, it's closed. Any questions? Oh, I will take. Oh, sure. Cashback is always halal. If you get a credit card, If you're buying something, they give you, if you do gas station, they give 5% cashback. That's a cashback. That's not an interest you are paying. The interest means if you don't pay bill on time, if you spend 1,000, pay only 500, they're going to charge you 20-30% interest on the 500. That is haram. If you get a cashback, that is halal. Savings account, they pay interest. Okay, and cashback, that's why even you don't have to include in your income. Interest, if you get more than $10 interest on all of your account combined, you have to report it to the IRS on your file taxes. If you get $9, you don't have to report it. But then you pay extra $50 to file for $10. Another disadvantage of interest. Okay.
The cashback is not considered as the of the state.
No,
Right?
no,
Like
no,
America.
no. It's not an income. Cashback is not an income. If you get a settlement, that is income. Yeah, cashback is not an income. That's another one of the nicest scholar from Canada. He was talking about that. Somebody said, no, I think this is cashback is haram because they're bank paying you. He said, okay, if you don't like to keep it, give it to me. So if you give it to me, I'll take it. You know why? Keep it, okay? Keep it. Save the what I do my cashback. I automatically transfer to my daughter's 529 account. That's free money, right? Add up a lot.
It's sort of a discount.
They get cashback. You paying why they paying cashback? They charge them more money. The swiping the machine, they pay you some. They are sharing the profit with you. You have. If you invest in the ETF, just go to the Yahoo Finance, type the ETF name, type on the holding. They're gonna give you all. They're gonna give you top 10 holding. Click all. You're gonna see which company is there. It's like
All that.
yeah, if you do by yourself, yes. But if you go to screening process, there's a Musaffa, Zoya, many other apps. They screen. Okay. So that, but if you screen, you can do that too. Yeah. If you have a time, why not? If I have time, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's not recommendation, at least in USA right now, because it's like a 60-40, for example. If you're 100, 60-40, means if you're like a living up to 100, if you are 60 now, your 60% portfolio has to go to fixed income, 40% equity, because the more you're getting older, you have to reduce the risk. But since we don't have enough mutual fund or fixed income is haram totally for us because of the interest of the bond, I will not go for that. I do 100% equity for our Muslim community. There are many equity, and equity on last 25 years, if you see, still is volatile, more volatile than the bond or the interest base, give you more return on average. But you have to give time. Yeah, but you have to choose those ETF is Sharia compliant or not. After Sharia compliant, make sure what percentage of that ETF is non-halal revenue and purify those. Any other question? Okay, thank you and Jazakallah for coming today. And at the end, I hope everybody gets something. I tried my best. Okay. If you have any question, you can do the skincare, and I also like to do dua. May Allah protect and guide us. May He forgive us for what we do and don't, and may He open our eyes and grant us a hidayah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة. ربك اغفر لي ولوالدي ولمن دخل بيت المؤمنين وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات إنك أنت السميع القريب المجيب الدعوات. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بحق كلمة لا إله إلا الله.